We're going to call to order the November 12th, 2024 regular board meeting for Competitive Edge Charter Academy. I will note that all board members are present, and I'd like to request everybody to please stand for a pledge of allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. Okay, 1.04 is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? I have a motion by board member Kathy Coe. Is there a second? Second. I have a second by board member Bob Miller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. Do we have any public comment for CECA? No. Okay. Then we're moving right into the advisory committee report. Mr. Mead.
All right, I'm going to turn over to Ms. Reitman.
Ms.
We're excited
Reitman,
to have her tonight.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I haven't been here for
It's
a
good to see
couple
you.
months. I've been traveling a lot.
There you go.
To see our daughter. In our PCAC meeting, we discussed the upcoming PBIF second round of expectation assemblies and reviewed areas of need based on the data that was shown. Mr. Mead and the yard duty aides will hold the meetings with individual classrooms. We also saw a breakdown of fall STAR testing, reading, math, and early literacy results that included a comparison to the end of the year results for the same cohorts. Next steps were shared, such as follow-up individual data talks and reassessing in small groups for students who did not meet their growth goals. And today I happened to be in a classroom and Mr. Mead came in. They're now doing these follow-ups and checking with these kids on an individual basis to see if they're meeting their goals. We also voted on purchasing a portable stage. I know Kelly was there at our musical theater last year, and I'm looking forward to ours this year. And wrapped up with an introduction of a survey we will complete individually that is based on school leadership and culture. The survey is all part of the IB evaluation process that we started this month.
Thank you, Ms. Reitman. Anything else, John? Okay. Now we're moving on to the consent calendar. Is there any item that anybody would like pulled separately? Okay, hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented? I have a motion by board member Bannister. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by board member Coate. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. Is there any additional administrative information?
Just we have our holiday concerts coming up, and we haven't seen our band grew from 25 to 50 kids this year, and super excited. So we'll make sure you guys have the dates. You can come out and check them out.
100% growth. That's great. Okay, board member comments. Any board member comments? Bob, Debbie,
Just have a
Ms. Bannister.
happy Thanksgiving and a nice break.
Okay, it's good seeing you again, Ms. Reitman. Thanks for coming. And we are adjourned. And we're going to go back. 2024 regular Board of Education meeting for the Ucayali Mesa Joint Unified School District. If you wouldn't mind standing and joining us in the pledge of allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will make note that all 5 board members were present this evening. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
There are not.
Okay, so 3.04 is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? I'll move to approve. I have a motion by board member Bob Miller. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by board member Debbie Miller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. There currently is no report out from closed session. We will be going back into closed session after our regular meeting. Now we're moving on to 4.01, and this is a recognition for the Seal of Biliteracy Student Recognition. Dr. Anderson, is that you?
Yes, thank you, President Snellings. I'd like to, at this time, invite up Dr. Susan Brown, our Special Projects Director, to help us with announcing our students.
Good evening, Board, President Snelling and Cabinet, and members of the audience. I'm excited to be able to announce to you and present to you our students that are on track for earning the Seal of Biliteracy this year. And basically what that means is that they have passed various benchmarks on achieving proficiency in.
Wait, can you hear me now?
I tried to use my teacher voice. But basically, Seal of Biliteracy was introduced in California in 2011 or 12, I don't remember which one. But it means that the students have passed various proficiencies in English language, in addition to at least one other language. Some students have been recognized for multiple languages. And this can include our students who have been formerly English learners and have been reclassified and have met that level of proficiency, in addition to all of the other benchmarks that have to be achieved. These students are on track, and one of the things, we had our county celebration October 28th at the California Theater in San Bernardino. Many of our parents who are here tonight were in attendance at that celebration as well. It was quite an event. But I wanted to note that with our school district, we were specifically noted by the county for the growth in the number of students that we have that are meeting this proficiency. So that's of note to students, families, well done. So we have 64 students that are on track right now. And I just learned that there may be more by the end of the year. So I would also like to bring up Angelica Pachetti. Where did she go? Because she has been doing a marvelous job behind the scenes, making all of this happen. I just wanted to recognize that. So we don't have all 64 students with us tonight, but I'm going to call the names of the students that we do have with us tonight. Starting with, get the most difficult name first. Yahiro Ayala. Yaria.
Thanks for your hard work. Good job.
And G swing in Spanish, and most of these are in Spanish, but I'll name off what they're getting. Next is Marco Bello. And he is getting his in Spanish as well. Next is Stephanie Duran. Next is Livier Garabado Gonzalez. Next, Christopher Gonzalez, Spanish. Next, Sarah Gonzalez, Spanish.
A baby.
Next, Gianna Lappy, Spanish. Next, Benjamin Lingenfelter, French. Next is Logan Niederhoff, Spanish. Next up is Seth Mueller, Spanish. Next up, Anthony Salazar Martinez. Abigail Solorzano, Spanish. And Javier Vega Robles, Spanish. And Cameron Petnick, Spanish. Just wanted to make sure, did I get everybody or did anybody see it? All right. Now we need a picture.
Okay, that everybody?
Yeah. All right, guys.
Come on in, gather in up right from the
Number
board.
prior to the answer, I think it's shift that way. We're gonna try to okay, let's do it. Then you're obviously going to the back.
Yeah.
Oh, Miller, the other Miller.
The other Miller.
Definitely come up for a picture.
Let's make sure it's the right side up. Okay.
Yeah. I'll get out of your face. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Now your parents can take pictures.
Take all the pictures you can.
Good job, everybody. Congratulations.
Highlight, this is education services. This is our district awards for positive behavior interventions and support.
Thank you, President Snellings. Dr. Tyson Lingenfelter, our Director of Child Welfare and Attendance, is here to help recognize our schools that were awarded with positive behavioral intervention and support awards.
Dr. Anderson, evening, President Snellings, members of the board, and especially happy to see you here, Mr. Breyer, Superintendent Biggs, members of the cabinet. With great pleasure that I would like to announce our 2024 PBIS recognition winners. We've been doing this since about 2017, I want to say. California PBIS Coalition sponsors an annual recognition event in which schools are able to achieve certain levels of recognition based on the implementation of PBIS against a specific criteria. California PBIS Coalition is essentially a technical assistance center in the state of California. Each year, we've had more schools be recognized and at higher levels, and this year is certainly no exception. So we don't have any bronze level this year because everybody else is doing it. So we're going to start with our silver level of recognition. In order to achieve silver level, it needs to show a high level of implementation against a standard called the tiered fidelity inventories. To get an outside evaluator to come in and really run them through the ringer as far as what are you doing in terms of implementation against the standard. It needs to be supported with staff and student interviews so they can show that they know what they're talking about, and classroom observations. So achieving silver level recognition this year, one of the very few continuation high schools in the state to do so, Green Valley High School. And our other school that's achieved silver level recognition, very much a challenge at a larger school site, but I'd like to recognize Chicago High School for their implementation. All right, so moving on to gold. So what does it take to achieve gold level? It's all the same as silver, but with a couple of additional factors. When you look at PBIS implementation, you're looking at in terms of 3 tiers. There's tier 1 where everybody gets, tier 2 where some kids get those extra supports, and then there's tier 3 where only a few would be identified for needing that level of support. So at gold level, not only are they showing what they can do at tier 1, but also showing what they can do at either tiers 2 or 3, one or the other. In addition to that, at levels of gold and above, there needs to be some student data that shows positive outcomes, that what they're doing is actually making a difference. And so we have 5 of our 6 elementary schools that have achieved gold level recognition. So let's start off with Cal Mesa Elementary. Next, I'd like to recognize Chapman Heights Elementary. Next up at the gold level, Dunlap Elementary School. And next up at the gold level, Ridgeview Elementary School. And last but certainly not least at the gold level, Wildwood Elementary School. Last, I want to recognize our platinum schools. What does it take to achieve platinum? Well, all of the things that I mentioned at gold, but you have to do it at all three tiers. So you're solid in your implementation for everybody. You're solid in your implementation for some of the kids that need it. And for those few kids that really need it bad, you're doing a great job there too. And you have the data supported in all three tiers. That's what it takes to be platinum. Now, about a month ago, the county schools did an event recognizing PBS recognition. We all got a chance as a district to speak about our platinum schools. So you hear the school, because you guys on the last, right? All the schools talk about, oh, we have this number of students, all of these schools and these huge districts are talking about this great. So I got up there and I said, 100% of our middle schools. And they got a big round of applause. So very, very proud of the great job that our middle schools have done. Let's start with Mason Middle School. And the other half of our 100% of middle schools in the Chief Platinum, Parkview Middle School. Good job.
Oh, thanks.
We have one more. When I was talking about our Platinum schools, I said 5 out of 6 elementary schools were both. I was talking about the middle school, so you might think, where's the other elementary school? That's right here. Our very first ever school to be recognized at the Platinum level, and now for the third year in a row, Valley. Very proud of all of our recognition winners at the CBIS this year. Keep up the great work, and you're making a big difference in the lives of kids. Congratulations. All right, everybody ready on 3? And 1, 2, 3. Thanks. All right, congratulations, everybody.
Okay, no problem. It was nice meeting you. Yes, nice meeting you.
Congratulations once again to all of our recognized.
To all of our schools.
Yeah. To all of our schools. Sorry. Okay, now we're going to move into public comment. Okay, we're going to start off with Antoinette Zayardes. Welcome. Good evening.
I'm not that tall. Good evening, President Snellings, Superintendent Beeks, members of the Board and Cabinet. I am very thankful to be able to speak with you tonight, and I'm here on behalf of the teachers at Chapman Heights Elementary School for a bit of a CHES chat. At this time of the year, we are focused on gratitude. When thinking about what I wanted to address on behalf of my CHES teacher colleagues, gratitude was the first thing that came to mind. I'm extremely grateful and blessed to continually witness their dedication to their craft, their students and families through the lens of both a colleague and a former Chapman Heights parent. I am grateful for our teaching staff and their dedication to making learning authentic and engaging for all their students. Let's begin with our youngest chargers and our amazing TK team. They are bringing fall fun to transitional kindergarten students by using hands-on applying motor activities to explore the science of pumpkins and apples, They are still forming connections with outside educational partners by bringing GardenWorks and Wildlanders to CHES for special hands-on learning experiences. Speaking of outside educational partners, let me highlight the third grade team and their leadership in organizing a learning adventure at the WAT Festival at Crafton Hills College last week. Our fifth grade teachers and their dedication to working with the University of Redlands to provide a musical learning experience for their students at the Redlands Symphony. In kindergarten, our teachers partnered with GardenWorks to create hands-on educational experience with growing plants and learning about local wildlife. Our first grade team led students in writing thank you letters to local Veterans Hospital in Loma Linda for Veterans Day. And lastly, let's highlight our robotics team coach and his collaboration with the first LEGO League and work with building partnerships with robotics team parents. I'm so grateful for the dedication of our teachers and the professionalism with connecting to outside educational partners. I am grateful for all the hard work our CHES teachers put into each and every student every day. They continually strive to meet the needs of every student by modifying classwork, adapting classroom routines, providing intervention, upholding student safety requirements, collecting and analyzing data, implementing and collaborating on student behavioral needs, and building social emotional foundations, all the while teaching the content standards of their specific grade level and sometimes 2 grade levels. Our CHES teachers strive to make learning engaging, authentic, and fun for chargers. Lessons such as decorating pumpkins as your favorite book character, hosting a classroom talent share, exploring the inside of pumpkins for science, and creating sundials are just a few of the learning experiences our CHES teachers provide for our student population with drastically different needs. All these amazing lessons are possible because of our teacher collaboration days and our dedication to our students. I am thankful for our CHES teachers and their collaboration with our PTSA during our annual fall festival. They collaborated with the TSA to create grade level fundraiser baskets, working booths, and the bravest of them volunteered for the dunk booth. The last topic of gratitude I will discuss today is our partnership with our CHES teachers and staff families. November is report card and conference season. Our teachers are working tirelessly on assessments, collecting data, and completing report cards to ensure they're ready to celebrate the progress students have made so far this school year. Our teachers look forward to meeting with families to strengthen and grow the partnerships we have established and will continue to work together to ensure the holistic growth and development of every CHES student. There's so much more I could stand here and to list about being thankful for when it comes to my teaching colleagues at CHES, but I want to be respectful of your schedule. Again, I wanted to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share this CHES chat of gratitude, and I hope you and yours have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gaillard. We appreciate you being here. Don Madrid. Welcome.
Good evening, President Snelling, Superintendent Binks, members of the board and cabinet. Thank you for the opportunity to just pop in again. I would like to take a moment this month to recognize the exceptional contributions of our special education teams. As we embrace gratitude and thankfulness, I want to express my sincere appreciation for these remarkable individuals. They consistently go above and beyond their essential roles, often stretched thinner than our most elastic jeans after a holiday feast. In times filled with change and challenges, this team serves as a stabilizing force, dedicated to supporting their students, families, and colleagues. I convey not just my feelings, but those of our entire YCA association when I express how much we value the relationships and support provided by our special education teams. I cannot select just a few examples to share with the board this evening that highlights the incredible contributions of these individuals as they consistently demonstrate exceptional efforts every single day. Every day, these dedicated individuals work in some of the most challenging situations, striving to make a profound difference in the lives of students who have often been overlooked. Our special education team invests countless hours in preparing IEPs, writing goals, evaluating and assessing using multiple measures, monitoring student progress, documenting behaviors and outcomes, and providing thousands of service minutes to meet the needs of their students. They collaborate with other professionals, teachers, and families to support their diverse student populations. When I think of their commitment, I can only compare them to superheroes. Often, their contributions may go unnoticed as they work behind the scenes, However, our SAI teachers, success teachers, mod severe teachers, intervention specialists, speech and language pathologists, school psychologists, counselors, and behavioral health therapists are the glue that binds our community together. We acknowledge that the shortage of resources and the inherent stress that their roles can take a toll, even on the most dedicated of professionals. They are often pulled in multiple directions, performing the tasks of several individuals while working long hours and facing burnout. Let us celebrate and express our gratitude for their unwavering dedication and the positive impact they have on our entire school community. Let us remember that they are not superheroes with superhero strength, but are just amazing individuals who believe in providing the best opportunities for all students. They are instead superhuman and heroes to their students and families. They deserve to be celebrated and recognized for their efforts. It is crucial for them to feel valued and loved by our school communities, as this support enables them to continue thriving and delivering the outstanding care and compassion that they exemplify daily. We encourage you to spend time in our classrooms and on our campuses to experience firsthand just how exceptional these individuals are. With that being said, I will leave you tonight with my parting gift again, as a reminder of the extraordinary work these individuals do. Thank you for your time and the opportunity to express my greatest gratitude.
Thank you, Don. Okay, that was great. All right, now we're moving on to 7.01. This is a Colton Redland Ukipa Regional Occupational or CRIROP report. There is one item I'd like to share. The CRIROP recently received the CSBA Golden Bell Award, which is a big deal. It's the fourth one that CRIROP has received, and they received it for their program called the Counselor Roadshow, where they take groups of board members and counselors to their programs on all of the campuses and all of the districts, trying to encourage people to enroll students into those programs and open up the eyes of folks who might not know that much about career technical education. So congratulations to the ROP for a Golden Bell award. Okay. Now we're moving on to our discussion and action session. 8.01 is a second review of a board bylaw related to public statements. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
I have a motion by board member Bob Miller, a second by board member Coate. Any questions or comments about this? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. The second review of board bylaw 9012 is regarding our electronic communications. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I have a motion by board member Debbie Miller. I'll second the item. Any questions or comments? Mr. Miller.
Well, the question was, it talks about in that policy of posting on a district site, personal communications that have to do with the district. How would we do that? How do you facilitate that?
If I were out taking pictures at the school sites, I could then upload them and have them posted on the website. The board could do the same thing. We would keep it school oriented or district oriented. The communications for other things that would be of the public interest that we might have, sent out in various ways, Parent Square, on the website, whether it be through the district or through the schools, we would also have a place to post those. I'm glad you brought that up, Board Member Miller, because also we are just going through and revamping our website. So Mr. Bradley, the board approved a whole new website so we could get rid of the 15,000 dead links that were in there. And so we are still updating that. So as he's doing that, there'll be other places for the communication.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any other questions? All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. Now we're going on to 8.03. This is related to a resolution for compensation for a missed meeting for an excused absence. I'll move approval of this item. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second by board member Coate. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Is there an abstention?
Abstain.
Okay.
Abstain.
We have 2 abstentions, okay. Passes 3-0-2. And number 8.04 is the same item for Ms. Bannister, actually. Do I have a motion to approve? And I'll second the item. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, and we have 2 abstentions on this as well. Okay, so it passes 3-0-2. Now we're moving on to designating a date for the annual organization meeting. Do we have more information related to this?
Thank you, President Snellings. I would like to share with the board that the way the election falls, at the top of this policy, it says December 13th through the 27th is where we would designate our annual meeting, and then we would swear in a new board member if we had one, and we do have one that we have 3 board members that are going to be sworn in, so to speak. We already have board member Debbie Miller and board member Kathy Coate, who will be seated again for an additional term. And then we have Regina Cruz, who will be joining us. The problem is that our board meeting falls before the timeline, and so the certification doesn't occur till the Friday after. So as you're looking at this designating the annual meeting, I would like to suggest to the board that we change the meeting date to December 17th. If that is not a good meeting for everyone, we can look to.
I have reservations to be out of town for that week.
No, I understand. This is a glitch in our board meeting calendar, and it won't happen again. We could.
We would still have a quorum.
Yeah.
There would be a quorum. Here, I'll leave it up to the rest of the board.
It could also be any time that week. It doesn't have to be a Tuesday.
Are you on that whole week, Sharon?
Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Has to be after the 13th, right?
For Friday, it's or that Friday. We could do it. Not Friday the 13th, but the Friday of the week of the 13th.
It'd be nice
Well,
to
it
have
is
the whole
Friday
board.
the 13th. It would be Friday.
Fire Rock has their on the 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we should have the whole board here for that. That's our organizational meeting.
Well, yeah, I can't change.
So what's that?
Is it something that could be done separate, or does that?
Actually-
I'm on Monday and I'm coming back on Sunday.
The other piece we could do is a teleconference, since we would know ahead of time if you were willing to post, that would be, there's a provision for that, but
As
that's a
much
little
as I
difficult.
As much as I hate to miss it and
Yeah.
to not be here for that important meeting,
Yeah,
I don't want to inconvenience everybody else. And
I understand.
yeah, I don't think it's, I appreciate the effort to have me included, but I think you guys can handle it without.
So,
17th.
So we could do this, we could do Friday the 13th, we could do Monday the 16th, we could do the 17th, whatever the board,
So this is changing the whole meeting, CECA, everything.
it would. Now, if this is up to the board, you could still hold the meeting on the 10th and do regular business, and then do the additional meeting for the swearing in on any one of those other dates.
That was for you as well.
Well, my opinion would be, let's get the new board member sworn in, so they can be, so she can be part of the new board.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, and then have the December.
yeah,
meeting.
so
Yeah.
that's what I would offer.
so what's the decision? What date are you talking about? 17th?
17th was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we amend this right now then, to the 17th? Okay, so we're amending this item to designate the date for the annual organizational meeting to December 17th for the record. Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
A motion by board member Bob Miller, is there a second? Second by board member Kathy Coate. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair
Aye.
votes aye, it passes
And
unanimously.
again, thank you for
Yeah.
trying to make it work for me, and I
Oh, no worries.
apologize.
No, I apologize.
8.06 is a recommendation to do the stadium track cleaning. Do I have a motion for approval? I have a motion by Board Member Debbie Miller. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Kathy Coe. Any questions or comments related to this?
Mike, sorry, I gotta ask.
Go ahead.
Who handled this? Who do I talk to? Who do I ask?
Eric, no, I'm just kidding. So I'll try to answer any questions you
So
might
I
have.
was looking at the
Board Member Miller.
contract. They're gonna wash the track at the high school, which needs to be done, clearly. It's been a while. But I'm looking at the contract for 29 grand and there's like 4 things they'll include and there's about 18 things they won't do. Did we put this out for bid? I mean, if they have to touch the cement, they won't do that. And if they have, and it's, all work suspended due to rain temperatures not meeting manufacturer specifications or high winds. I mean, who determines that? I mean, I just thought, there's a lot of things they won't do. I don't know if they had any kind of legal issues before for $29,000. I mean, let's get the track team out there with a fire hose and give them some. I mean, it seems, I don't know. I don't know what it is to wash a track down, and maybe I'm just naive, but that just seemed like a lot of money of all the don'ts they won't do, the things they won't. It's bigger than what they will do.
So the maintenance, if I may,
Yeah.
the maintenance of the track is really important, and we do wash it, but we're not able to deep clean. It's kind of like having, the professional carpet cleaners come in, and it's the same that we've done for maintenance of our stadium, our turf. And so when you're trying to make sure that it's clean, and I'll use the word sterilize, that's probably not their favorite word, but there's all kinds of things that end up on that track, and we want to make sure that it's cleaned well. They don't work in conditions where it's going to work against them. So if the weather is not conducive to the track drying or the high winds pick up, that's not going to be conducive to them getting it as clean as it needs to be. We've actually never cleaned the track before. We've done the stadium, the field several times, but we haven't done the track. And so for repairs or anything that needs to be done, this is going to be helpful for safety. So they do have a lot of stipulations, but it's something we can't do in-house to the specs that we need it to be done to maintain the track and also make sure that it's just clean and rid of any contaminants.
But are they sole source? I mean, is that the only ones that do it?
I don't think I can answer that question. I know that our team from maintenance vetted it. Adam and Dennis both worked on it, but this is the company that they chose, and it is slightly related, I believe, to the work that's been done for the stadium field.
Okay.
We're gonna trust our guys.
We have a motion and a second already? We do, right? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any chair votes aye, any opposed?
No.
Okay, it passes unanimously. Thank you, Bob. Questions? 8.07 is a piggyback on legal business contracts with Dave Bang and Associates. Do I have a motion for approval?
Second.
I have a motion by Board Member Bannister and a second by Board Member Coate. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. 8.08 is a second review of a board policy related to financial reports and accountability. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move approval.
I'll second the item. Any questions or comments on the second review? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. 8.09 is the second review of board policy 3516, emergencies and disaster preparedness plan. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
I have a motion by Board Member Bob Miller, a second by Board Member Coate. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. We have a second review of a food service child nutrition program, 3550. Do I have a motion for approval? I have a motion by Board Member Bannister. I'll second the item. Any questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. 8.11 is the second review of another board policy related to our food service fund. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Debbie Miller and a second by Board Member Bannister. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. 8.12 is the second review related to free and reduced price meals, 3553. Do I have a motion for approval? I have a motion by Board Member Coe and a second by Board Member Bannister. Any questions or comments related to this policy? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. 8.13 is the approval of photography equipment for Yucaipa High School. Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Have a motion by Board Member Bob Miller, second.
I second it.
Second by Board Member Bannister. Any questions or comments? Okay, I'm glad that we can do this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. The next one is an assistive technology device called Tobai Donavox for one of our special needs students. Do I have a motion for approval? I have a motion by Board Member Coe. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Bannister. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. 8.15 is, I believe, appointing somebody to the CELPA Community Advisory Committee. This Miss Alisa Guzman. That's a parent, correct?
Correct.
Do I have a motion for approval?
Move approval.
I have a motion by Board Member, is that Ms. Bannister?
Yes.
And a second by Board Member Coe. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Passes unanimously. 8.16 is a consultant agreement for the Freedom Riders Foundation for students at Green Valley and Oak Valley High School. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is that a motion by Board Member Bob Miller and a second by Board Member Coe? Questions, comments? Okay, glad that we can do this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. 8.17 is a consultant agreement with the San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools to support the Freedom Riders Foundation, I believe. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move approval.
I have a motion by Board Member Bannister. I'll second the item. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, passes unanimously. 8.19 is educational services. This is Soliant Health Client Services Agreement to provide virtual speech language pathologists for the district. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
I have a motion by Board Member Bob Miller. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second by Board Member Debbie Miller. Questions, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. It passes unanimously. 8.19 is for ProCare Therapy Agreement. This is also for speech language pathologist support for our special education student services department. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move approval. Second.
I have a motion by Board Member Bannister and a second by Board Member Coe. All those, any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. 8.20 is a resolution for National School Psychology Week. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move approval.
I have a motion by Board Member Bannister. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I'm glad that we're able to do this and thank our school psychologists. They're an integral piece of what we do. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. We're on to the consent calendar. Are there any items or is there any item that a board member would like to have considered separately on the consent calendar? Okay, hearing none, we'll take it all together, 9.01 through 9.20. Do I have a motion for approval?
Move to approve the consent calendar as documented.
I have a motion by Board Member Bob Miller. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Board Member Bannister. Questions, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, it passes unanimously. The information proposal session, these are some new administrative regulations and board policies, just for us to peruse. Any questions or comments about these? Go ahead, Bob.
It's for Mrs. Binks. I had a question about this policy, and I understand the social media side of it, but remember we had that discussion about where we at on our cell phone policy with the new state mandate. Can we maybe dovetail into that conversation for our folks?
Yes, thank you very much. So this past back to school night, when I was at different schools, my thought was, knowing that the governor was working on cell phone policy, was to just check in with teachers to see how they were handling the cell phones, and then also to connect with some of our parents. And so before we make any recommendations for a board policy for the board to consider, we're going to do our community cabinet work. And so we'll convene, Mr. Bradley and myself are doing a community cabinet, getting the message out so that we can work with our parents, because I know that when students are going to and from school after practices, things like that, cell phones are important for communication. But we also want to work with our teachers that are used to certain things, and some of them have some really great strategies, and we want to take that all in. So we'll be doing not only parent committee work, but we'll be doing work with our employees also. And that should get us in a good place where everyone feels like they've, number one, had a chance to give input, but number two, that our kids are safe, but they're not distracted during instructional time that is really critical. And also those points of time where social media works against us because of the just the postings and the apps. So we really want to get a handle on that. So Joshua and Brady May will be helping us with that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now we're moving on to Board Superintendent Communications, additional administrative information. Ms. Binks.
Yes, thank you. Just wanted to share a couple things. We are working with our ministerial association to get the community engaged in CERT training. And so our district has been CERT trained, our admin teams, we have lots of employees that have been CERT trained, but we're working on our safety plan. Mr. Bradley's been working on reunification spots, and we want to make sure, and we have over 45 churches in our community. And so it's nice that our pastors have stepped up and are willing to get at least 10 to 20 people in their congregations trained, so that if there were any kind of disaster, that would be a shelter for community members to go to and for schools to have reunification if necessary. So I wanted to just let you know that if you happen to attend a church locally, they might be pushing out the CERT training, and we continue to train employees. We have a budget for that, and we're doing that through the city of Yucaipa with Grant Malinowski, our fire chief, and he's also working. And we have a great partnership with our fire department, our police department. We work with our cities, and that kind of dovetails into the California School Boards Association presentation that we'll be doing. And so board member Bob Miller and the Calamasa Fire Chief, Chief Tim O'Connell, and the captain for the Yucaipa Police Station, Captain Walker, and myself will be doing a safety presentation to kind of work through some of the things that we've been able to do as a community to keep ourselves safe, so that other resources don't have to come to Yucaipa. And I know we have a couple members in the audience that took a tour of Mesa View's storage box, that's a storage bunker that has all of their supplies. And so Principal Kathy Pearson and Michelle Acosta and Jeremy Perez were able to sit down with them and go over the supply list. So I just wanted to express my gratitude for working community-wide for the betterment not only of our students, but our entire community, because I live here too. And then I also just wanted, Principal Dana Carter from the adult school is here tonight, and Dana had a presentation he did at Rotary this morning about adult education, and he did an outstanding job. And so he did such an outstanding job, he won himself a trip to a board meeting to present to all of you. So congratulations, Mr. Carter.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Nothing. Okay, let's go on to board member comments. Josh.
I mean, I just want to say I love seeing all of our schools get awards, and also our students for Seal of Literacy, as I know a lot of them and our prior off team. So one more last round of applause. So as far as updates go, I'm planning on putting into place where starting in January, I have pretty big updates considering all the schools. I also know sports wise, we're doing pretty well right now. We have a league game, I think on Friday at home. And then water polo, I don't know if anyone has.
You played tonight.
No, you do.
Yeah.
You just lost in sudden death.
Oh.
So close, sorry.
Okay, that's all right. I was
Okay,
wondering.
okay.
I knew they were playing, and I was wondering about them.
Yeah, but, yeah, we're getting geared up for Thanksgiving break, which all students are looking forward to, and probably staff too.
Okay, thank you, Joshua. Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Mike. Couple things. I want to thank Chapman for coming up tonight. That was awesome. Chaz, I like that nickname. So our robotics teams are doing great. Bill, Antoinette, Sarah, thank you. I think you made it to regionals. That's awesome. Right? Do I have that right? Okay, excellent. And your first community cabinet meeting, Charger Coffee. I like that chat. I hope that goes well for November 8th. It went well, I assume. Went really good. So that's good you're doing that. And then your first PBIS award for 23-24 school year. Excellent. So keep up the good work, and thanks for presenting tonight. I think that YCEA and you guys talking about getting together and just giving the positive stuff for the community. I think that's awesome for us to hear that. So thank you for doing that. And they're real proud of our football team. They won the first playoff game against Marina. And just some stats, really happy to announce these. Logan Barber had 23 carries for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. Deuce Turner, 20 carries, 165 yards and 3 TDs. They won 35-25 over Marina. They'll be playing this Friday against Peninsula, I think, another beach
Yes,
game.
yeah.
Tackles Will McCarg, the son of Fire Chief from Colton, retired. Tim McCarg, 13 tackles, including 2 for a loss and 1 sack. Great game. Joseph Juarez, 10 tackles, including 1 for a loss. And Dean Kirkland had a sack as well. So it was a great team win for Coach Price, and they've done a great job this year. So good job for our high school football team representing our community.
Thank you. Debbie?
I appreciate the idea of having a school come and share the positives. I love that idea. And Antoinette, I loved your Ches chat. I'm always PTSA parent focused, and I love the idea I love that you guys collaborate with PTSA. That was always really important to me because we can get a lot done when we got the input and the help from all staff at school. So I love that you work with PTSA. Also, I like the idea of the thank you cards to veterans. That's very sweet. I love that. And then also, I haven't been able to attend too many things this year, but I'm going to make sure next time you have your happiness sprinkling, I'm going to do that. I love the idea that the community, everybody holds signs. Some of the signs say you are loved, you are enough. Today is a great day. You're a good parent. I love that. It's the goal for them is to spread joy and kindness, lifting people up as they go about their day. I just love that. And I'm going to make sure I come next time. So thank you for sharing about your wonderful school. And congratulations to all the schools for the PBIS awards. I'm so impressed with our schools and our districts. So, and Don Madrid, special education is extraordinary. And congratulations to all those Seal of Biliteracy students. Wow, amazing, amazing.
Thank you, David. Sharon?
Yeah, so many things to be proud of and to celebrate. And I really appreciate the fact that Ches is able to bring the school motto in line with the district model and make it a difference with all of our students, a difference in the life of each of our students. And to bring their brand new core values of safety, respect, inclusion, lifelong learning, although that's one that's been around for a long time. Yeah. And the community. So thank you. And thanks to everybody. And yeah, it's nice to have all this gratitude at Thanksgiving time. And everybody, like I said before, enjoy the break.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our biliteracy candidates. Are they?
Well, they've done the work. They just.
Yeah, they've done the work. So in line with that, Ches, way to go on the increasing English learners by 10%. So they're on track to also hopefully get there by literacy as they move forward. Congratulations on that as well. And your increase in your test scores, amazing. Great job. Well done. That's it.
Okay, all right. So it's been an honor to be part of this board. And I'm very proud of this district. And I'm very proud of working with, I'm gonna have a mic moment almost, Debbie. Very proud of working with all of you. I'm not trying to pull a fast one tonight, but this will be my last meeting as a school board member. And it's never been about me. It's been about the kids in this district and our employees. And as I said, it's been an honor to work with you, Callie. And your cabinet, and I hope I've been the type of board member that I wanted board members to be like when I was an assistant superintendent, and that has always been my goal. So thank you. We are going to adjourn it, and thank you for being here today and all the awards.
Since you tried to.
So we are going to adjourn into closed session.
I'm gonna say it to the microphone, you did a phenomenal job running some
Agreed.
extremely difficult board meetings.
Yes,
And I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
absolutely.
Honestly.
Absolutely. But I want
I
to.
should have kept my mouth shut.
But I want to thank you for your guidance, and your experience really helped me become a better board member as well, so I appreciate
Thank you.
all of our conversations and your help.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, now it's my turn. You stinker. I should have read your face better.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for, see, now I'm gonna have a Debbie moment, and then it's gonna, for everything. I learned so much from you, and I laughed a lot with you, and I enjoyed that. I'm gonna miss it.
Very good. Thank you.
And Mike, we're gonna do this in December, but let's just do it now. And no, I want to thank you for your guidance and your patience with me specifically. Mike and I go back a long ways. When he worked at the Colton School District and I was at the police department, we got to meet each other then. And who knows, we'd be sitting in a board like this years later. And I appreciate your patience with me as I was learning how to be a school board member. And you were always great when I called you and asked for advice. You're one of the first people I called when I decided to run, and you gave me great advice, having coffee with me and stuff. I really appreciate that and your patience. Even though you're a Rams fan, I understand. But
Better being a Raiders fan,
yeah,
Bob.
you're just yeah, unfortunately, but you're just a professional educator, and you took that expertise to a board. And you were just great to listen to. You had expertise in the meetings when we're talking. And I always appreciate that. You're a true professional and you're just a good man. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna go to closed session.
I want to say.
Nope. Okay.
Oh, this is only my second meeting, but ever since I got here, it made me feel incredibly welcome. Now I want to thank you for that. Thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you.
And then I'll add, because I can now. I hold the gavel. I just, I've had a lot of iterations of boards over the 16 years, but and I've appreciated each one for many different reasons, for the most part. Always in Yucaipa though, it's been such a pleasure to be here. And I just want to thank Mike. He took every single call, every single text, every single email. If I'd have knocked on his door, I know he would have answered. He would have. And, it takes, a board president gets a lot of calls from the superintendent daily, sometimes multiple times. And the ability to reach you, your kindness, and also just to have some fun. Especially in the tough times, you have to be able to have some fun. And so thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your mentorship. And thank you for serving your community and our kids.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay. Now we're adjourned.
Now we're
to closed session.